Hey guys, it's Taz here, just doing a quick vid on Ace Awaken Chaos Era. As you can see, I've put one of the codes up straight away. These codes are actual single-use codes, so one individual only will be able to get each code, and I think in this vid I'll be uploading 7 codes in total. So that means basically 7 lucky viewers will be able to get 3 advanced summons from these codes. So I'll give you the info just in case no one's seen it before. So I normally post this at the start of the vids if I'm not talking in those, and I just got some music blaring out in the background. And so as you can see, the codes are basically for the subscribers. I get these basically from the developers. They give me 20 codes every single month, and all I basically do is upload all 20 of those codes to YouTube. So individuals like yourselves can then get these codes and get those 3 advanced summons. To be honest, if you're free to play, it's well worth having. Now let's just cancel out this for now and go back to the code. So this is the code that was showing before. This vid is going to be a little bit of a rant vid because I've been playing this game now for quite a while, and obviously there's quite a few flaws with it and issues with it. I have mentioned it a few times, and obviously no one really pays attention. I'm not that popular a YouTuber in the first place, but it's just voicing my opinion and also opinions of others I know who also play this game and still enjoy it. I'm actually not a spender in this game. I haven't got Boolin, and yes, I'd like to get Boolin because I'm not doing that great in the boss fights. So in the boss fight at the moment, I scored a paltry 1.1 million. Team I'm using is the same team that everyone seems to be using. I did actually change out Antinua before, and Scarlet, so I have mixed and matched, or mixed and changed the second team. I even put Zitlin in. I've tried Garel. I've tried quite a few options, and unfortunately nothing seems to work for me. And I have tried to change the spells as well, and I leave it on auto. I just don't have the time to devote like a lot of these guys who basically spend hours upon hours on this particular game. I personally don't think it's worth spending that much time on this particular game. I don't think it's going to be around for much longer. I know the developers keep saying they're going to do this, that, and the other, but bear in mind this game's been out for a few months now. The amount of marketing, advertising for this game has been non-existent. There's been so many glitches and bugs within the game, and they're still not fixed. There's so many quality of life improvements that developers need to do, and they haven't bothered to do it. One of the features I've been asking about multiple times now is a minimize feature. Same thing that they've had in Dislight right from day one. To be honest, that was the first time I was introduced to that type of thing. I've played some AFK stroke idle games before, but this was the first time within a game that I have been playing where I noticed you were able to do a multi-battle, a 10x battle, and then minimize that feature and then go on to do something else. So for example, in this light I would maybe do some Sonic Miracle, i.e. dungeons, farm that in the background, minimize it, and then I would go into the campaign or story mode. But as I've completed the story mode in it, I'm basically just farming EXP for some of my heroes. So I'm gaining EXP from the dungeons themselves, and I'm also gaining it from the campaign stroke story. So I just think the feature is absolutely amazing. It's a great time saver. It allows me to do other things. One of the things in this game that I used to do relentlessly before, if I can actually find it now, was Endless Trial. Now, Endless Trial, it's a nice resource rich game mode. It restarts every 2 days. But to be honest, I haven't got 1 to 2 hours every single day or every 2 days to get this done. There's no auto feature in it. You can't plan a path where you set your team at the beginning and then set a few extra heroes in case they die, and then set a path that you want to follow to then complete that particular game mode. There's no such thing in this particular game, and it's just tiresome and irksome actually doing this event. And to be honest, I've not done it for months. I'll be honest with you, it's just not worth it. And I'm free to play, but I'm not going to devote that much time to a game mode, especially where the developers basically don't seem to care about the end users in any way, especially if you're free to play. If you're a whale, yes, they'll bend down backwards for you and just about everything else. The other thing that I despised when they actually brought in a dispatch event, and I thought that was absolutely amazing. Finally, we could do something with our dispatches. If you did Lego ones, you got the highest amount of points. If you got the 4-star ones, purples, 3-star ones, you got, I think, 150 points, 180 points was for gold. That event's finished now, obviously. One of the worst events this game has ever implemented, because for free to plays it was near impossible to actually do. I tried it. This is one of the quests that you get. You get 3 to 5 advanced summons every single week. I think that's great. But then they did this particular event as well, and I don't like this feature either. This accelerate feature, I think, is one of the I'm not happy with it at all, because I feel like I haven't actually clicked on. So when I click on quick select and then deploy, it sometimes takes a while for it to change over, and I think I haven't actually done it. So I then click on it again, and I don't want to accidentally then accelerate this, because obviously it uses resources that I don't really want to waste. Okay, I think these. Oh no, that one still needs to be done. Okay. So that particular event, I think there was like 3 or 4 days in which you had, and yes, I can't be bothered to do bounty hunt, so I just keep farming the same stage over and over again. I've become very disheartened with Ace, to be honest, and what the developers are doing. Especially as they seem to be pushing away, and I haven't even bothered trying Void Tower hard. I normally get to, I think it's 20 or 40, and after that I just can't be bothered to. And with these ones at the moment, this Ash Magisteria event, that's one of the other things I wanted to talk about as well. Okay, if you just give me 2 seconds, I'll just bring up the other code. So this is the second code at the moment. So hopefully someone's managed to get this code come through. Now, I'll just, whilst that code is up, I'll just quickly finish off by, because this is one of the things I do every single day. I make sure I finish off all the quests and get those out of the way. Because what else is there to do in this game? They've implemented the game itself is still could be so much better if they implemented some quality of life improvements to it. But I've noticed, for example, they had the gear enhancement event that you needed to use. I think it was 12,000 in total to get it completed, and like quite a few individuals couldn't complete it. I did manage to do it. If anyone watched my last vid, they would see that I actually completed it. but it used up so many resources to do so, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do that in future. Um, that's one of the other reasons I'm not too happy with the developers, because they've introduced things like the books, the purple books, and the legendary books, the gold ones, and the gold ones are impossible to get if you're free to play. The purple ones you can only do if you basically spend hours upon hours on this particular game. And I am going to show you the actual calculations for all of this to prove to everyone that this game has been nerfed to the ground in terms of the events. So they made sure that basically free to plays were given the middle finger and told, we don't really care about you at all. We just want whales and no one else. And we want to do a quick cash grab, because that's what it seems like they're actually doing at the moment. With everything they've implemented, that's honestly what it feels like at the moment. And I'm not too happy with it, because the game is pretty good. If it implemented a few quality of life improvements, that's all it really needs. But unfortunately, the developers seem to think there's not much hope or not much left in this game. I noticed that from the statistics, the last month they managed to get 20,000 downloads. 20,000 downloads in total on, or less than 20,000 downloads in total on the Google App Store. Android Play Store. And they managed to get $200,000 in terms of revenue. Now, on Samsung devices, I'm not sure if you're aware, but they actually have basically a summary where it shows you the amount of individuals that are playing any one particular game. Now, for Awaken Chaos Era, 16 weeks ago, approximately 4 months ago, there were 5,500 roughly individuals playing this game. 12 weeks ago, which is approximately 3 months, there was like 3,500, and we've now whittled it way down to 2,000. So that's what the current is looking like. So it's gone down by more than half over such a short period of time, and more individuals are actually thinking about leaving this game as well. Sorry about that. Okay, so basically these new events that are coming out, when I actually first saw this event, I'll put out the other code as well. So when I first saw this event, okay, forging event, I haven't even been bothered to do. It's not really worth my time and effort. I'd love to obviously get these books, but there's no chance I'm going to be able to get those. No, I'm sorry, but I don't think they were going to allow me to be able to get. I'm not going to get any of these 6-star ones. So let's go on to the actual events themselves. Okay, so you've got the gear collection event, and you've got Ash Magisterio. So when I first saw this, I thought it's absolutely brilliant. They've got 2 events that are running simultaneously that are basically one and the same. You could farm Ash Magisteria and get your gears as well. And I thought that was absolutely brilliant that you're able to do that. The rewards, to be honest, were not the best. There's no summons anymore. You're still only getting one special gear charm, but you were getting a purple book and Ash Magisteria, no purple book, and you're getting a bit of gold, etc. And some energy. You can tell these rewards aren't as good as they once were. But so Ash Magisteria is based upon the difficulty level you do. The higher difficulty you do, the more rewards you get. So therefore, the difficulty, because these guys don't know how didn't even do a spell check for some reason. So the difficulty of this, like I'm normally in this sort of region, I do 10 to 12 normally. Some of them I can do 13. Now I've tried to do this, and as you can see, I'm in 42nd place. So where are we? There, 440 points, and the rewards I get if I manage to get to 1,000 are 3 of these purple charms and 10,000 gold coins. Why bother? To be honest, you could currently do the Nero event that's on, and that's the another issue with this. They've got these events going on, and they've also got the Nero event going on. And the Nero event will give you far more gold for the amount of time that you have to spend to get 1,000 points. You would get far more rewards from dealing with the Nero event than you would do with dealing with these 2 events. In addition, so the Ash Magisteria event, first time we've seen this event, so there's nothing really to relate to or compare with in the past. Obviously, you might look at it in terms of the amount of meal tickets you've got to use, the amount of stamina you need to use, etc. So that's one way of looking at it to see whether it's worth doing it for these rewards. And to be honest, I don't think they really are. But because you've got the gear collection event, it's a good idea to try and do so. And also you've got the 2x event at the moment as well for Ash Magisteria. The issue with this particular event is that the rewards have actually been nerfed very heavily. So there you go. This is what the rewards are that we're offering at the moment for this particular game. Oh, sorry, the points structure they're offering for this game. Okay, so as you can see, it's from 1 to 15. Before, this used to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they went up from that. And you needed same amount of points. So these points are offering here 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Well, the other one was 4,000, and then 5,000 was the average amount of points. And then you had rewards in between as well. So you got quite a few rewards in between. So overall, you got more rewards with the old system as well compared with this system. So that's one of the issues. Now, if you just, okay, I'll put up the next code. I'm sure people are getting tired of listening to my voice and listening to my rant. The only reason I'm doing this purely is I just want the developers to actually listen. I know they're not going to listen to someone like me, but hopefully one of the bigger YouTubers might follow up on this, and like Dan, Ayumi Love or something like that might pick up on it, and they might force them for some sort of changes to allow us to have what we had before, because that was a much, much fairer system. It meant you didn't have to spend so much time on this game. Now, let's quickly go on to, I think it's this one. There we go. Okay. This is just a quick spreadsheet that I just drew up. Now, as you can see on the spreadsheet, you've got, give me 2 seconds because I've got to get onto it myself. So as you can see by this spreadsheet, you've got the old rewards. So grey, common, I think it was. Green was elite. Blue is rare, I think. Purple is I can't even remember. And then orange, which is the legendary ones. So that's the 5 gear types that you actually have got within the game, and there were 1 star to 6 star. So in that gear enhancement event, it went 1 to 5, 2 to 10, 4 to 20, 6 to 30, 8 to 40, 10 to 50. As you can already see, this is what it is currently. So this one over here. So as you can see, it's 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 2. It goes up to 15 compared with 50. 3 compared with 10. You can automatically see there's a reduction now in the amount of rewards or points you're getting per run. So this has been nerfed by what? To a third of its original value as an approximate. And in some cases, for example here, by more than a third. What are these guys actually playing at? So a 2-star Lego is now going to give used to give us 10 points, now it gives us 8. 3-star Lego used to give us 20 points, now it only gives us 10. A 4-star Lego used to give us 30, now it gives us 11. A 5-star used to give us 40, and now it's 13. 6-star used to give us 50, now 15. So now, obviously, I'm not going to do each one of these all the way through. Sorry about that. It's just every time I've got to enter this code all the time, I need to do this. So apologies for that. Yeah, the thing is, I'm not going to go through every single one. So what I decided to do is just hone in on 6-star ones. So I presume most people should be able to get 6 stars, blues, purples, and oranges. Now, if we assume that all you do is you get 6-star blues only, so 6-star blues, and that's all you're able to get. And when you're farming, that's all you're able to get. Now, in the past, to get 1,000 points, you need to farm 33 and a third times. So say 34 times, and you used to be able to get the 1,000-point reward. In between here, you were getting other rewards as well. So remember this. So here, there were more rewards being given out to you in between these sections here. And as you can tell here, we don't get any of those rewards anymore. So they've nerfed basically the points we're actually getting in terms of the game, and they've also nerfed the actual rewards we're actually getting within the game. So I can't see for the life of me how this is actually fair on the end users. I just don't understand what they're actually playing at, because we're used to this specific system. Why change it? So here we used to get 12. So 12 different rewards we used to get from here. Now we're down to 4, and the rewards were actually offering. Okay, there's I think 2 or 3 that you get from each one, but the rewards aren't the same as what we were getting before. We were getting far better rewards, I feel, before, for less time that was actually involved. Okay, so let's go on to this. So 34 runs, you used to get, you'd get your 1,000. If it was purples, 6-star purple gears only, it would take 25 runs. Now, assume it takes 2 minutes, say, to do a run as an approximate. That's 50 minutes spent on the game, and you get 1,000 points as an approximate. And if you just got 6-star Legos, legendary gears, then it would be 20 turns or 40 minutes as an approximate. Now, though, instead of 34 runs, you now need to do 167 runs to get the same number of points, 1,000 points. To get if it was, and that's if it's 6-star blues. If it's 6-star purples, it's 100 runs. 2 minutes each one, that's 200 minutes. That's just over 3 hours. So 50 minutes compared with 3 hours. And then it's unbelievable they're doing this. If it was 6-star Legos, you would need to do it 67 times to actually get it. To get the maximum, obviously the maximum before was 5,000, but I'm assuming, let's go with the 5,000 and compare that with. So looking at this, okay, so looking at this, to get all the rewards in the game before, so in March of this year, so basically roughly when it first started, this is before these recent updates where they've basically nerfed the events themselves. You used to be able to do the event 100, or you need to do, say, 125 times with 6-star purple gears only to get the maximum amount of rewards. If you look how much it takes just to do the bare minimum of the new event, it's roughly the same amount of time. So what they've done is they've nerfed it so heavily compared with where it was before. And what I don't understand for the life of me, all these YouTubers out there, not one of them is actually talking about this, because they don't seem to give a crap. They don't seem to care. They just seem to think we're able to do it. We've got OP accounts. We can do just about anything we feel like. So who really cares about guys who aren't able to farm held stage 2 on a regular basis, who aren't able to get millions upon millions, 10 million, 20 million on the guild boss, who isn't able to basically waste all their resources on certain heroes, because what they don't seem to understand with most individuals who are free to play, who play it because they enjoy the game, they're actually playing and upgrading the heroes they actually like. There also are upgrading heroes that are very good if they've got any of those, but unfortunately a lot of them, for example Grell, uh, basically needs to be 5 ascended, and for most of us that's going to be near impossible to actually get. Hang on 2 seconds. Sorry about the length of this vid. I don't think anyone's going to watch it all the way through, but I just had to go through it. So yeah, overall, how do I feel about these updates and everything that's going on? I'm not too happy, to be honest. As you can see, I do tend to do my daily quests, my weekly quests. I normally don't go over on my stamina, my bread. I've still got things that I need to open up, but to be honest, I just can't be bothered to at the moment, because I just want to see where the developers actually go with this game. And at the moment, I think it's going in the wrong direction. The heroes I've got are still the same as before, so Legos and epics. I've upgraded who I could. I haven't put anything on Nero at the moment. I did glyph him up, unfortunately, and I did unfortunately upgrade his abilities. And then I realised he wasn't as good as we all thought he was going to be. Still need to get my Virgil up, but as far as I remember, he was actually nerfed. I have got, as you can see, most of my heroes are glyphed up and have got their abilities up as well. I've just recently been upgrading my Zitlan, so I have got him up. I still need to do my Hydresia. Who else is there that I still need to do? Now, this is the final code, by the way, so there won't be any more codes after this. So if you want to end the vid at this point, by all means. So this particular event, now the Nero event, see, you get more rewards from this than you would do with the other event. So I did try to do the events, but then I did it one day and it was just taking too long. I thought, forget about this. So what I've basically been doing is concentrating on this event itself. I haven't been able to finish it all. As you can see, there are a few gaps here and there. 7, managed to get up to difficulty 8. See, some of these I couldn't even do difficulty 1. I did do all the challenges, bar a few, because obviously I can't get the points. Event shop, I've bought pretty much everything you can, and I'm just buying basically one of these 3 things, either the advanced charms, gold, or EXP jelly. I can't be bothered to buy any more of these because I don't want any of the above stuff, and I don't need 5-star pumpkins because it's easy enough to farm for things. I might want to buy the special gear charms, but I don't think it's worth it at the moment. So basically all I'm doing is I'm going to be farming the Nero event, and that's about it. Yeah, that's going to be it. So I'll start on this. I wouldn't mind those ones, multi-battles, and run it. Okay, thanks guys for watching. Sorry about the long nature of this and the rant itself. I do actually like this game and I want it to succeed, and really all I want them to do is try and fix some things, like bring in a minimize feature for battles, so we can actually, like, I could do this now in the background, and if they had a minimize button over here, I could click on that and I could do arena, or I could do endless trials, or can do something else. It would just mean I can do other things other than just have this running in the background and doing nothing with it. So yeah, I'd appreciate that more than anything. I know some have said maybe doing 100 multi battles and stuff like that. To be honest, I don't know many AFK games or idle games where you do 100 battles. But yeah, it'd be nice to have at least the minimize feature, because then you could see in the background it's finished those battles and then you can start another 10 and so on. What's the point? What's the point paying a game and doing, say, 100 battles or something? If all you're going to be doing is farming it overnight, like some individuals are saying, and doing it that way, I'd rather actually play the game and do other things in it. So for me, 10 is fine. 100 or more than 10 would be okay. I probably would then do stuff overnight with it if I play this game a great deal. But they need to introduce other quality of life improvements, which are way more important than 100 battles for over. The minimize feature is a must, and also stop nerfing events and give free to pays an option to be able to get a lot of these things. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Apologies for the length of this vid, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. I will be releasing another vid later on this month. I've got, I think it's another 6 codes to do. None of these codes I'm actually uploading on the vids have been used before. I haven't given them to I know some individuals saying about giving it to other people. I don't do that. I did use that code before, like I've shown on one of my vids, but that was always normally to test it to make sure it's all working okay and that you can claim it every single month. Plus, at the end of the day, it's 3 shards for me as well. So obviously I'm going to go for it if I can. But the rest of them I tend to give out to my subscribers. So it's you, the subscribers, that actually get it. So I don't give it to any of the guild mates. It's a guild I just joined. I do want to join a more active guild. But unfortunately, I'm not able to do Hell Stage 2 dungeons, and I'm not OP enough for a lot of these bigger guilds. So I'm fine where I am at the moment, and if I do find somewhere else, by all means, I'll be moving over. Okay, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you again next time. See you then. Bye.